We're looking at a situation whereby rights activists plan protests against state abductions. And so far, since June last year, at least 82 cases of abductions have been reported, according to the Kenya National Commission of Human Rights, with 29 of these cases still unresolved. Recent victims of abductions include Steve Mbisi from Machakos, Billy Mwangi from Embu, Peter Muteti from Nairobi, Bernard Kavuli from Nairobi. We have Gideon Kibet, alias Kibet Bull from Nairobi, and Ronnie Kiplangat from Kiambu.
That's right. I think it's important to say their names. And of course, there are still those who went missing during the anti-finance bill demos in June that still haven't been found. But of course, the human rights activists are planning to go back to the streets today to protest that the abductions that have been going on. And of course, the fact that the state more or less admitted to these abductions. When President William Ruto says we're going to stop, that means that, you had started, which more or less is an admission of the fact that these were state-sponsored abductions. Now, I think the most scary thing is that a lot of people, a lot of young men especially, who had gone missing over the last few weeks and the last few months are now just turning up dead, which does, of course, make you lose a little bit of hope, of course, grieve with their families, and worry about anyone else who is missing.
We also say, Polly, to all the activists who have to go through this kind of phase and, of course, into futility, because sometimes when you fight for something, and it reaps fruits or you get to reap from it, then the positivity can actually push you for a little bit more time. But we are also looking at activists who are going through it all right now. And also I hate it that politicians are using this as a platform to politicize everything and thinking that that's a vile attack on government. It's not a vile attack on government. The government would have not been attacked if our brothers and sisters would have not gone missing. I'm just looking at a situation whereby if the government can take full responsibility and restore order, in that we are given the freedom of speech, but then when we exercise it, it becomes a problem.
That's very, very true. And the only way we can actually do right by all the young people who've lost their lives, those who are still missing, is if everyone who is involved in these abductions in one way or another is held to account. People need to serve jail time. People need to pay for their crimes. And the fact that that seems to be a pipe dream might be a reason why Kenyans feel the need to go back to the streets.
Also, a loose statement by Oscar Sudi just yesterday. He said, if they give me the Interior Ministry for 3 days, those children sharing cartoons on social media would stop. Now, I know you're saying it out of me. I could have been more powerful. I'd have done it differently. But of course, exercising our freedom of speech through caricatures, if it irritates you that bad, then it means that you need to go back to the drawing board. I'm just saying that as Brian Aseli, not as Nation FM.
Agreed. Also, Oscar Sudi did say that anyway, he's asking a question of what kind of president serves one term. Where in the world do you see presidents that serve one term? And I just thought, where else in the world do people also annul elections? We're a nation of first, so I wouldn't be too worried, Mr. Sudi.